All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NOK, Nokia. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I want every single investor to be aware of the fact that I have a new ticker symbol to share with you guys, and it's a small semiconductor company that has had explosive growth in the last coming months, and there's so much more room moving forward. And I highly recommend doing your due diligence, but stay tuned till the end so we can look at the financials briefly and the chart and the overall potential moving forward for this stock. So stay tuned for more information on that. But right now, let's dive into Nokia's chart and see what ticker symbol NOK has for us today. So one of the things I'm noticing is that after this pullback and leveling off, we are going in a downward direction very subtly. And it's holding itself up sideways right now, but this ticker symbol hasn't collapsed fully down to 419 or the 380 range due to the fact that some investors have actually joined on being an investor in this stock long term because of the 5G sector and the innovations and opportunities that Nokia has in the near future, right? NOK stock has opportunities and catalysts and innovations coming towards their way. So it wasn't just this run. Now, this was definitely something that many investors that have been buying since way back here and they're holding for the long term were not expecting out of nowhere. But some investors jumped in and some of them are holding through due to the fact that they're bullish in the long term, not in the short term. So that's why this stock has slightly moved up though, from the 418 and the 380 mark to sitting around 450. Now we need to watch how much closer it gets down to these numbers, but a lot of investors are bullish and feeling hopeful in the long run due to the fact that Nokia has a opportunity to take the market share of 5G and other innovations moving forward. So let's look at our new support and resistance based off the chart and the 50-day moving average. So the 50-day moving average is 471. As long as we're below it, we're in bearish territory, and the moment we're above it, we're in bullish territory, okay? I want every single investor to be aware of that. We're currently in bearish territory. And another thing too that I didn't mention, the reason why it's being held down and it's not really bringing itself back up crazy is because there's been restrictions on this stock stopping it from being purchased more than being sold. So it's pretty interesting. So that is something that is holding the stock down and not allowing it to run. But overall, holding itself up a few cents from those bottom lows here before this run has a lot to do with the fact of investor sentiment in the long term. So we saw here 471, our 50-day moving average. And our support here is the lowest point reached in the day, and that's 440. I definitely recommend every single investor writes that down and pays close attention to that stock price moving forward and seeing how this stock behaves within that area. And if it breaks through it, how quickly is it moving to newer lows, or are the bulls trying to reappear and bring this one back up? Very important for the bulls to pay close attention to that, and every single investor, if it breaks through it, to see how the stock's behaving, because we are already in bearish territory, and pulling further away from the 50-day moving average just means we're getting deeper down into bearish territory, hitting newer lows and new support levels. Now, there are some resistance levels here that are important, but they're not as important as the highest point before the fall, and that's 477. If 477 gets broken through, the bulls have accomplished two things. They broke through the 50-day moving average, and they're breaking through the first resistance level and the highest point before this collapse and leveling off. Now, the highest point before this got into bearish territory is 484, which would be the next resistance level and a very important one, getting back into bullish territory. But first, 477 needs to be broken through and turn into a support beyond 471 to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and get deeper into bullish territory. As always, I hope that with these cues you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. Share this with your friends and community, and if you're a first-time viewer and subscriber and you feel inclined to go ahead and hit that bell for notifications, do so. And if you're a first-time viewer, hit that subscribe button so you can join on in to the community of Invest for Tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video, and stay tuned till the end because I have a new ticker symbol you won't want to miss. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is in the semiconductor sector. Now, it's been growing exponentially, and I believe there's so much more room going into the coming years for this company, and their market cap is so small compared to its competitors. And I believe that as that market cap continues to grow, the stock price has all the potential to grow as well. So let's go ahead and look at it. It's UMC, United Microelectronics. Now, in the last year, it grew from around down here, $2.50 almost, all the way up to $10.70. Now, this hasn't been in a year. This is 2020 in June. So this has been only like 7 to 8 months. So it hasn't even been a year. I look forward to seeing where this is going to be in the next 4 months, 5 months, to then compare it to those numbers. But we are seeing it pull back. I completely understand. I apologize to every single viewer that I didn't come across this one anytime sooner. If not, I would have been talking about it, and I probably would have had a position already. So right now, this is on my watch list, and I'm keeping a really close eye on it. But there's so much potential moving forward as long as this doesn't just pull back and eat away and end up back at $5. It's going to be a good one to watch if there's some consolidation, or it pulls back down to around $7 and some change, and we find some consolidation within this area, and then earnings, and then all the different catalysts moving forward going into the year, and the growth continues. This stock has potential, especially once we start to see the market cap rise. So we're currently at $9.48 for it, and the revenue has grown in the last couple of years. I mean, it went from 4 to 5, and then it went back to 4, and then 6 this last year, 2020. Now, net income was fluctuating also, and that was 300 million 2017, 2018, 200, then 300 again in 2019, and then here we are with the largest amount in the last 4 years, or 3 years better said. We're on the 4th year now, actually, and that is 900 million, right? Almost 1 billion in revenue. Excuse me, net income. Revenue was 6 billion. And when we go to the quarterly, you could see how much growth it's had over time. This stock has a lot more room, especially if it continues to grow in revenue and profit margins. It's going to be awesome, because the more a stock or company profits, the more it reflects in the stock price, and the more it reflects in the stock price, the higher it goes, and the market cap is going to grow with it. So if you compare this to its competitors, there's a lot of room still for this market cap, and there's a lot of room for the market share of the semiconductor sector for this company in the years to come. I definitely recommend doing your research and due diligence. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on UMC or any stock that I share here in the channel Invest for Tomorrow. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on stocks that are being overlooked, and they're not hyped. They're nice and quiet, but they show organic and healthy growth. If I say ever a stock is speculative, that's different. But I don't see any speculation here. I see nothing but healthy and organic growth, especially when you look at the income statements and financials that are showing the same upward trend, and the chart is showing it. That's a good correlation. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on this one, and let's make some money.